Well, over the last couple of years, there's been some considerable dysfunction at the county commission that has caused a lot of alarm and concern within the general population of Ottawa County. There's a realization that the fix has to be new people need to go in, and we need to change the culture and support and service our community better.
What is your platform or your priorities? If you could elaborate on that.
Well, it's easy to get stuck in the past, but I would prefer to focus on the future. And our future has to be focused on economic development. We're seriously lacking in affordable housing in Ottawa County. Our transportation network, including our roads, desperately needs help. And we also need to look at having better daycare opportunities for our working families. Those three things are hindering our economic growth. And a rising tide raises all boats. We have a lot of people that can work these jobs, but we're starting to see industry in Ottawa County look to other places to expand. And that alarms me. We need to support a workforce. We need to have good economic development. Those three functions, affordable housing, we need high density housing for the new kind of workforce instead of large homes and large lots consuming our precious farmlands. We need transportation systems, buses and better roads. I would ideally like to see an interchange at 48th and 196 so that corridor could be better supportive to the community and to industry. And finally, we need to partner with industry and nonprofits to have better daycare opportunities, because right now the wait for a family to put a child in daycare is well over a year. And when somebody leaves the workforce, particularly in the manufacturing world, which I have a lot of experience in, if somebody leaves the workforce, you can't replace that person. It's a tremendous impact, and we need to facilitate and provide that support into the community. Additionally, we need to look at our education systems so that we have more opportunities and train in the skills, and we have people that can work the skills, the plumbers, the electricians, the bulldoze drivers, which we have failed to make that a meaningful employment. But those are precious jobs, and we need to support those people and give them the tools to be successful.
Tell me a little bit about you personally, that like places you like to go visit, places you like to eat, something that other people might not know about you.
Well, those that know me that I am very involved in the veterans community. In fact, I work in the veterans community. I have 20 years in manufacturing, but in my off time, what little I do have, I like to spend it outdoors, fishing, being active. I swim, play golf, do a little bit of hunting. I really enjoy our outdoors, and I think that's what makes West Michigan, in particular our area, so unique, is that we have great opportunities in the outdoors, and we need to continue supporting the outdoors for good parks and recs. And I have alarmed by how much of our farmland, our agricultural landscape is being consumed by large-scale developments instead of looking at having high-density housing. We need to look to preserve as much of that precious land that we have and not consume it with low-density housing, which is what we see right now. Additionally, there's a lot of talk about what about sewer and water. And from my perspective, our groundwater here is tapped out. We don't need more wells, and we don't need more septic systems. The infrastructure can't support that. We need to really start to consider whether or not we want to have all hookups to sewer, all water to public water. Obviously, you're going to have to grandfather current users, but the groundwater can't sustain what we've been doing to it the last 10 years.
Why should people vote for you?
Matt, I have a history of serving my country and my community. You need only look to my record. And that record is having been involved in some great opportunities, working with great staff at the city of Hudsonville for 10 years. You need only look to the results that have happened in my local community. Hudsonville is one of the finest places to live in the state of Michigan, if not the country right now. And it's a brag point, I admit it. But it wasn't done haphazardly. It was done with good leadership and good teamwork, working with the residents, master plan, working with the businesses, working with professionals on the city staff. Those things just don't happen overnight. Unfortunately, what we've seen right now in the county is they have been focused on tearing things down, tearing down our institutions, and not embracing the institutions and building the community.
You pretty much highlighted it a couple times now throughout the answers. But what has been your thoughts the past year and a half to 2 years here when it comes to Ottawa County government?
In regards to the county commission?
Yeah. Or county government in general?
Well, equally, we are alarmed at the number of lawsuits, and some of the current commissioners are extremists, and it's frightening. They feel justified to have lawsuits because they think that that makes their point. Those lawsuits have already cost us over $1 million in attorney fees, and they're going to cost us at least $1 million to settle those lawsuits. So we're squandering money, we're losing employees out of the county. The morale and the culture in the county is very low, as evidenced by the fact we have 4 new unions have signed up to represent our county employees. Now, that's reflective of just the poor leadership being fear-driven out of the county commission instead of embracing professionals and supporting them.
All right, to follow up to some of the questions or some of the answers to my questions, how do you plan on addressing housing when it comes to higher density? Like, how do you plan to provide that kind of opportunity in Ottawa County?
Well, that doesn't happen overnight. You have to work closely with the developers. Here in Hudsonville, we have offered many incentives, tax incentives, to get that kind of high-density housing that the workforce is looking for right now. We've offered some tax incentives for the entry-level workforce. Now, this is not subsidized housing. This is not Section 8 housing. This is housing where you pay a little more of a discounted amount to your wage. And as your wages go up, you will pay more for your housing. But it's not really that much. It's maybe 10 or 20% discounted. But it's enough to get somebody local. Having spent years in manufacturing, it would pain me to see my workforce, couldn't live locally, so they would buy a beat-up car, live far away, burn up all their disposable cash in a beat-up car. They'd get to work late in a snowstorm, and they would just break down because we didn't have affordable housing. We didn't have good transportation systems. We didn't have a place for them to have a family and put their child in daycare. We can fix this, but it can only fix with a good plan and working with industry and government. It can be fixed, but it's not helpful when we just ignore the problem. The problem is not going to go away. And if the problem doesn't go away, we will become a second-rate county. We used to be regarded as one of the best counties in the state of Michigan. And if you talk around the state now, we've actually become kind of a laughing stock due to the leadership we're seeing out of the county commission. We're better than this. This is not who we are.
Talk to me the water table issue. I've been hearing that quite a bit. Is the water issue? How do you plan on addressing that kind of issue?
Well, developers are going to have to, if they're going to build housing, they need to have hookup to municipal water and sewer systems. People in high density residential areas that aren't on those hookups, they need to be put on a plan that over 10 years they need to start the hookups, and they need to be assessed. I'm sorry, but we can't risk losing our water here. It's very vulnerable. We know we already have PFAS infiltration into our groundwater, and we'll get other things here too. And if we don't preserve that for the future, you can't get it back once it's gone, Matt. So we have to deal with it now. That's where government has a role to plan and protect and preserve.
Talk to me, veterans was an issue that you brought up. Obviously this past year, there was a creation at Ottawa County for a Veterans Department. Yeah,
and here again, there's a history right now with the county commission. They use positions as political patronage. We had a fully functional veterans group at the county. I think most of them were actually volunteers. But instead they went out and spent $200,000. They hired somebody on political patronage that really wasn't knowledgeable, but it was an effort to virtue signal to veterans. And quite frankly, I'm insulted by it. That's not what veterans want. We want to work with other veterans that have experience in how to manage the Veterans Affairs Office, and the states. There's lots of resources out there with the VFW, the DAV, the state. There's numerous assets out there. The county did not need to invest $200,000 and hire a full-time veteran service person. But here again, it was sought as an opportunity to virtue signal and to award somebody that was a political patronage pal.
Talk to me about virtue signaling. What goes through your mind when you say that?
When you use your forum for cultural purposes to communicate something that is not, that's polarizing. We can talk about prayer. We can talk about transgenderism. We can talk about the Ukrainian flag. We can talk about BLM. And quite frankly, all those issues have no place at the county. The county needs to get in their lane and focus on what the county should be doing. And all this noise out here is not bringing value. It's just noise. But the county right now is doing resolutions and proclamations, which is just phony words. It means nothing. It's not accomplishing anything other than, oh, I get to say I'm a constitutional candidate. It means nothing. You already are a constitutional candidate if you took the oath once. But we're wasting time and effort on things we shouldn't be wasting time and effort on. We should be focused on things like water, resource management, housing, transportation, education.
You've pretty much hit everything I can think about at this moment. I think you did, when I was asking a little bit about you as a person, you started talking about water. You mentioned you're a veteran.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me a little bit about your veterans or your service.
Well, I didn't really want to get on to the water issue. I spent 10 weeks at the Exxon Valdez spill directing cleanup operations. I've been there at ground zero. It's terrible. And that happened because of poor leadership and planning, purely. And if we don't address it here now with good planning, good training, professional people, we'll have the same issue here. And we're already starting to see it with with PFAS getting into the water table.
Mark, I think you hit every point I can think of at this moment. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
Yeah, there are a couple. For example, when we talk this virtual signaling that I've brought up, there's been two locally that are very hurtful. One is that in one of our local libraries was closed down because they were so bold as to have an LGBTQ book in it. And a segment of the population got riled up. They did not renew the millage and the library closed. Now, the Constitution, the First Amendment, was written for speech not that I agree with, but for the speech for which I disagree with. And we need to hold that dear. I may find that book objectionable, but as a public institution, we are obligated to make that presented to the public. Now, granted, there are community standards. Geez, that's why we hire professional librarians to manage that, instead of having this hyperpolarization and making an issue out of something that shouldn't have been an issue of. If we're going to go down that road, there's plenty of things in the library that are objectionable. I think every National Lampoon DVD would have to get pulled out, quite frankly, right? So we need to understand why we have a First Amendment, and why as elected officials we need to hold that dear. And that means if we are going to do prayer, then the prayer has to be open to anybody that wants to give the prayer. Unfortunately, at the county, they took it to a whole different extreme, to the point where we now have Satanists coming and giving the prayer, which we've taken something wholesome, we made a mockery of it. Totally unnecessary. So those are the kind of virtue signaling we have out there right now that's not bringing anything to anybody other than polarizing us in the culture. Stay away from it, people. It's not healthy. It's not advancing us. We're better and bigger than this. So that's one. The other one is that I object to people open carrying and walking around in my community, particularly some of the candidates. Surprise. Please don't open carry in my community. It makes my residents uncomfortable. I'm immediately called that I don't support the Second Amendment. Now, Matt, I'm a concealed carry person. I've been trained in the military as a law enforcement officer. I have taken the CPL classes. I go to the range and qualify because it's a serious thing, and a gun is serious. But open carry is not appropriate. There's a difference between a right and good judgment. Please, don't open carry in my city. It doesn't do anything for us other than spook people. We've never had a gun crime here. Hello. So those are two that you asked me about. And we talked about virtual signaling. There it is.